Wealth Principle 46 is simplify your business and your life. These 52 wealth principles were designed to help you double your income and double your net worth. Show of hands if you do like money still. You're still okay with making more of the green stuff? Excellent. Give yourselves a round of applause. Each one of us has a purpose on this planet, and it's nice to be able to make money via doing something that feels good for you. This week, we're going to talk about a principle that is so deeply rooted into society that they don't even know it's messing up their lives. In fact, today we're going to talk about how to reduce stress, how to enhance efficiency, increase focus, improve decision-making, and boost your productivity, all without taking any more of your time. Show of hands if that sounds like some sort of magic pill. Don't worry, it's not. It's completely legal. It's on the market, and you can do it today. You can actually increase how much money you're making through today's wealth principle. All other wealth principles before this were necessary. They build and they stack upon it. If you have not been actively taking action each week, this principle will not be as effective for you. Show of hands if you understand. Action breeds action. Action breeds results. And once you've got something to work with, then it is time to simplify and cut some things out, because only through experimenting do we discover what's working and what's not working. Who here has found a few things in their business this month, this year that have worked? Things that have worked. Excellent, good. Who here's found some things that didn't work? Complete wastes of time. Yes, who's met some people that were like that too? They also didn't work. Awesome. So if you're a real estate investor, then you've probably had contractors and you discover that the hard way. If you're a business professional, maybe you've hired people or you've worked with affiliates or other people who are symbiotic to your business and you realize they're just not getting the job done. Show of hands if you've had people let you down this year. There's been some failures, some miscommunications along the way. So some of the things that we're going to do is we're going to declutter, we're going to prioritize, we're going to automate, we're going to outsource, we're going to streamline, we're going to use digital detoxes, we're going to set boundaries, learn to say no, focus on essentialism, and regular review of the things that are working in your life. But before we do that, I want to point out that it doesn't have to be so crazy. Every single day that you're waking up and the business feels like it's like you've got somebody sitting on your chest, every day that you wake up and you're not sure if the paycheck is going to come through, if the client is going to close, if they don't like you anymore, if you're not building that relationship, or you're not seeing the yeses, you're hearing a lot of no's, every day that continues to go by that you're focusing on too many different streams could be a day that you're missing the one opportunity that's going to be best for you. Who here knows marketing is important? As real estate investors, as business owners, we all understand that in order to make more money, we have to get in front of more people. But it's not equal to get in front of more people that are not your buyer. Who here knows TikTok is probably not the place you're going to find motivated sellers, because motivated sellers tend to be in their 60s, 70s. So TikTok's a platform full of 13-year-olds and 18-year-olds. And yes, I know each one of you is also on TikTok. You know why? You're a business owner and you'll get on any platform that Gary Vee tells you to get on. True or true? This is the game that we're playing. So as business owners, there are platforms that make a lot of sense. There are platforms that don't. There is marketing that makes a lot of sense. There's marketing that doesn't. And there are strategies of your time, the daily time and efficiencies that make sense and some that don't. Some of the things you're doing right now are a complete waste of time. Who here already knows? You maybe not know which ones, but you know for sure there are things that you're doing that at the end of the week, the day, even in the morning, the beginning of the day, you already know your day is a little messed up. Who here can admit that at the start of the day, you already knew something was wrong? Okay. So in order to solve this problem, we first have to acknowledge that there is a problem. I think we just did that pretty clearly. Show of hands if you acknowledge that you can fix it. Now that we know there's a problem, you acknowledge you are also the solution. You're also the reason that we've gotten into this situation. So as real estate investors, primarily, I'm going to talk about them, us, but show of hands if you are a real estate investor. Just show of hands. Okay. So we're all business owners as well. Show of hands if you're a business owner as well. Excellent. So here's something that's very interesting. We can get the two worlds combined. We can get the two worlds confused. Sometimes we operate out of a real estate investing mentality when we're actually in our business. And sometimes we operate with a business mentality when we're actually in our investments. A lot of my talks this past couple of weeks have been talking about return on equity. I've been talking about the path to build wealth, to become a millionaire, the path to getting seller financing so you get more money in your deals, the path to acquiring more real estate deals. So I've been talking very specifically about what it takes to be successful. Last week, we talked about increasing income streams, increasing things that increase your energy. So I want to just restate that buying real estate will increase your net worth over time. It will also decrease your tax liabilities, and it will increase your cash flow. Insert the word, listen to this, over time. Over time. Business, on the other hand, will increase your cash flow today. It will increase your cash flow now. This is what business does. It may appreciate over time, but not all businesses appreciate. Some businesses, like tax accountants, their businesses stay about what they make each year, 1.5 times. Some businesses like restaurants only get to about a 2.75 multiple. So some of your business appreciation may not exist. It may just be in the sense for cash flow. There are ways to add value to those, but today's topic is really about getting your time back so you can focus on the thing that makes the most sense. There are some things right now in your business that are taking out a lot of your time. And I will probably guess that many of you are doing multiple ways of finding clients. Who here has tried social media? Who has tried, show of hands if you tried social media to get business and clients? Excellent. Who here has done it through posting, through creating content? Excellent. Who here has done it through direct messaging, direct marketing, direct messaging? Who here is so ambitious you've even created Facebook groups and now you're trying to run content and direct messaging at the same time? Excellent. So what about cold calling? Who here has pulled lists and attempted to call and contact clients? Excellent. Who here has pulled lists and attempted to do emails, email marketing strategies? Absolutely. Absolutely. Who here has done text campaigns where you pulled lists and then you go and do text campaigns? Fascinating. So we're trying a lot of different ways to do this. Who here has gone to networking events, gone out to the networking events to build relationships and connect and see people? It's very interesting because we're trying a lot of different strategies, but what I found is there's an actual efficient way to do this. We'll talk about that in a second. So the other thing that we run into is, say we are getting clients, but they're not converting. Who here does know a lot of people who want their product, but haven't closed with them? A lot of people who could want it, but haven't closed. By the way, the product would be real estate. Who here knows a lot of motivated sellers out there, but who have not had a conversation with them? So it could be a conversion issue. And so conversion issues are solved usually by bringing in other people who convert better than you or increasing your conversion skills. Anybody here ever do sales training in any kind? Sales training in any capacity? All of you. Give yourselves a round of applause, by the way. You're investing in yourselves, which is very intelligent, very smart. And if you're not hitting your targets, it could be because you're not getting in front of enough of the clients because you already have the skill to close, or you're not getting in front of the right client. And I think that's what I found is the biggest problem within this community, within other communities that I've talked to, is they're getting in front of people, but they're not getting in front of the right people. So Wealth Principle 46 is simplify your life and your business. They should run symbiotically. A little bit, I'll talk about the investments like very, very quickly. I also simplify my real estate investments. Ron and I sold over 100 units. Well, yeah, we've sold over 100 units together. And we're down to 25 right now. And we have 10 on the market to sell. And we're simplifying because they were very heavy management on Ron's side. Kevin Pereira does an amazing job managing our assets, but it's still kind of a grind for Ron to make sure he manages. What we're moving into is more of the passive investment space where we just put money in other people's deals because we can. And also we've built this great funnel of high net worth individuals who trust us to invest their money into other people's deals. So they don't have to do all the research and the connecting and the thinking. So we've found a way to simplify our investment strategy. Show of hands if you can do the same. So I'm going to put investments on the side, and I want to spend most of today talking about your business, even though I know and acknowledge each one of you as a real estate investor, you only make your money in real estate if you're putting in offers and you're closing on properties. True or true? You're making money on the purchase? Yeah, that's right. So if all of your time is not spent purchasing real estate, I have to ask you, what's taking your time? And the answer probably is your business or your family, which non-negotiable, or your health, which non-negotiable. You'd have to sleep every day. So what can we cut out? What's left? I think it's inefficient conversations. I think it's inefficient or ineffective marketing strategies. because I don't believe that I don't think any of you are working with clients all the time. Who here is not working with clients every single day? You have more capacity for more clients. True or true? Every single one of you has more capacity for more clients. So we can't say that that's taking up all of our time. Who here knows you can hire people to do your job, but it's hard to hire people to bring you clients. Who's found this? All right. So let's shift into what's really important. Are we getting excited? We know what we're going to simplify now. We're going to cut out the crap that's not working. First, email. Email does not work for cold prospects. It can at scale with massive skill in some industries. But what I found email does very, very well for is relationships with people you already are doing deals with. Who has done their deals through email? A lot of deals get done that way. Absolutely. The amount of emails you have to send out in order to make and reactivate is so monumental. And most people are getting so much spam that you would have to get very, very good at the skill. Who here has not gotten good at the email skill? And you know it. Yeah. It's not a high ROI either. So put it aside. Use your emails for business. Another investment that people make is social media. You're on all the social media platforms, with the exception of, I will say, artists, with the exception of restaurants, with the exception of realtors specifically showing houses and posting pictures of their houses. Instagram's not the place for you. TikTok, generally not the place for you. YouTube can do very, very well. And I've got a specialist who's going to come in for Alchemist Nation at the 100 Millionaire Summit this year. Her name is Karen Carr. She runs Video Boss Agent, and she'll be teaching you how to build your YouTube channel so it generates leads specifically for your business in your niche, in your city. Show of hands if that'd be valuable to you. YouTube is the platform you must learn from marketing because, very specifically, it is connected to Google. People type things in very specific. If you are good at it, you get searched, you get pulled up, they build a relationship with you. So YouTube is very good for business owners. It is not good for business owners who procrastinate on recording video, though. So if you're one of those, stop it. Just stop it. Hire somebody, do whatever you got to do. If you're not good on video, do voice overs, just record your thing and then have somebody trim and chop beautiful looking video so your face isn't there and you don't feel awkward. Show of hands if you understand YouTube is important, but don't spend more than an hour a week on it. One video per week, specifically in your city. Your SEO must state your city. Next one. Facebook, yes, non-negotiable. Facebook is absolutely non-negotiable for some of you who are B2B. LinkedIn is non-negotiable. So if you're business to business, LinkedIn is a fantastic platform, but you don't need both. You should only be on one platform because both are super freaking time consuming and you can only massively get good at one. So if you found yourself noticing different laws on different platforms, LinkedIn likes certain content, Facebook likes different content, Instagram likes different content. It's really hard for an entrepreneur to be good at all forms of social media. So my suggestion is pick the one that works with you best. For most of you, especially realtors, it will be Facebook. Especially for mortgage brokers, it will also be Facebook. Even though you are a B2B person, you're going to find that all the realtors that you work with are on Facebook over LinkedIn. Show of hands if we understand. Simple strategy. If you're looking for landlords who are going to sell you property, it is not on any one of those platforms. Landlords are in the real world and they're old. If they are on a platform, it's Facebook, but they're only on that platform for their kids. They're not on that platform to find out about anything. They're ignoring all the ads that come through Facebook. So if you understand, the older generation is a contact sport. This is cold calling. This is texting, sort of, and it's mailers. And mailers are expensive, so we're staying away from them right now. We're pushing the cold calling side of things very aggressively because that's where high net worth individuals who don't know they're high net worth individuals are. They're at their homes, not on their phones. They're still watching the TV. They're still reading books. They're still fishing and going out for walks. Show of hands if you understand. Senior citizens act differently. They have a different mindset. So if you're a real estate investor looking for deals, you don't need to waste all your time on social media. You don't need to waste all your time on email marketing. These guys they've never set up their Gmail accounts. Many of the houses I've closed on, they can't accept emails. We have to show up with paper and sign the paper. Show of hands if you've ever done these deals. Older folks who don't have the tech. All right, if you haven't, well, get in the game. So get out into their houses. Door knocking, cold calling, and mailers are the strategy that works for real estate investors. If you're not doing these activities, then there is one secret activity that I will give you that does work on social media, but it is involved in direct outreach, not content creation, not posting. And that is finding wholesalers to bring you deals, finding wholesalers or realtors to bring you deals. If you're looking for off-market properties, wholesalers are the way to go. If you're looking for off-market properties, realtors are the way to go. If you're looking for bigger commercial properties, you have to work with realtors. There's really no way around finding those bigger deals without going through realtors. So if you are in the space saying you're a multifamily investor, but you're not calling the realtors in your market, you are not actually going to close a deal. Show of hands if we understand. All the other activities are a waste of your time. All the other activities do not actually bring you business if you're looking to acquire more real estate. Now, if you are a business owner and you make money from people who own real estate, throw your hand to the camera. Talk about landlords, people, property owners, people with net worth. All right. So if you make your money through landlords and property owners, then it might make sense. It might make sense to call them, to get into the calling phase, to get into the marketing channel that actually works, the channel that actually is a thing that's working effectively right now. So if this is going to simplify your life, cut out all the other stuff. No other form of marketing is working for you. Call and text people in their houses. You can skip trace, you can get the information. You can use Alchemist Connect. You can use Mojo Dialer to do a multiple call list. Here's the next part to this. We are in a point where seller financing is so easy to get right now. It's so easy to get. I don't even worry about raising capital anymore. I mean, we will still raise capital, but for the most part, we know that the money is in the deal right now. The money is in the deal. Get good at negotiating seller financing, get good at negotiating with hard money. A lot of the deals you're going to close, you're going to need hard money up front, because in order to refinance out, you're going to have to get to the point where the property cash flows. Right now, we're picking up a 35 units in Decatur, Illinois. That should close hopefully next week, Monday. It's supposed to close yesterday. And this portfolio require it's 35 units, 1.6 million with $200,000 in that for renovations. The ARV is around 2 million, 2.2 million. So we're looking at a $400,000, $600,000 profit on this one. Show hands if you like that deal. Sounds nice. 2-year stabilization makes it look closer to a 2.5, $2.8 million property 2 to 3 years from now. So it's a really cool deal, but I didn't have to leave my house. I didn't go on a plane. I was on maybe 3 negotiation calls with my team, and the financing was done by somebody else. The seller is bringing some of the money to do the renovations. It's not a perfect seller financing deal. We are bringing some money, but we have the investors. Larry's helping out, Doreena's helping out. So we have the investors within the community because we built these relationships. Gary actually this week runs Tampa Bay RIA, Tampa Bay Real Estate Investors Association. Actually, it's Multifamily Investor Network in Tampa, so it's Mint. And then he runs the Landlord Association in Tampa. And this week he was telling me, he's like, I've got all these deals, all these opportunities, all these things where people are sending me money and sending me deals. And it's because he's doing in-person live networking. This is the strategy that we're finding works very aggressively right now. In fact, the Landlord Association, I spoke at it with Gary, and I had a woman come up to me and a husband, and they said, we are looking to sell our property, seller financing. I wasn't before the talk you just gave, but now I'm actually considering selling my property, seller financing, because this makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to pay the taxes. I'm going to get a stream of income. I'm going to get more cash flow than I'm getting right now, and I'm not going to have to manage the property. And worst comes to worst, I could always get the property back. Show of hands if you'd like to be having that conversation with people more often. It was right there. All I did was talk about ROE, which is a conversation I want each one of you to start memorizing. I posted again about it today, another example, and I'll continue to create content around return on equity. But this right now is the greatest wealth transfer of all time. The next 2 years, 4 years is going to be more and more and more, and you don't have time to learn it. Let me tell you why. Somebody else is going to watch one of my videos and explode in your market. Somebody else is going to figure this out and catch on to what I'm saying, and they're going to scale up at a massive level. Why not you? Maybe you could be the one who figures out how to have this conversation and scale it out. Somebody will. I will continue to teach it, and I will continue to talk about it, and somebody at some point is going to figure out what I'm telling you is the truth, is the solution, and then they're going to start practicing, and then they're going to start getting good at it, and then they're going to start doing the deal. Who here knows that you could be the one? You could be. You absolutely should be. I think you should. So there's something that we're doing in a few days. It's 41 days away. It's called the 100 Millionaire Summit. Who here knows the 100 Millionaire Summit is the best event of the year? It's the greatest of live events where you get to learn and connect. And as Juan was asking earlier, I was like, where's the list of all the people in Outcome Station? They will be at the 100 Millionaire Summit. That will be your list. Walk around with a spreadsheet there and collect names, because that is the group of people who are moving. They're hustlers. They're learning this stuff, and they're out in the markets. They're out teaching this to sellers. They're having these conversations. The easiest way to get to the 100 Millionaire Summit, if you haven't already bought your ticket, would be go to yourmillionairepath.com. Yourmillionairepath.com, take the 6-question survey and get your millionaire report, your Millionaire Path report. And that path is going to show you how to get to the end result without any of the fluff. Today's principle is simplify your life. The easiest way to simplify is to know your goal. Is to know what you're actually looking to do. To know the fastest way to get to $1 million means you can say no to anything that's not on that list, on that path, on that survey. Who here's already gotten the Millionaire Path report? Has already looked at it? Excellent. Isn't it a little bit easier knowing that you've got a clear path to make your success happen than anything else that comes up in your life that is not that? You can now look at it objectively and say, this doesn't lead to my wealth. This must be one of those things to simplify or remove. This must be one of those things to take out. If it doesn't make you happy and it doesn't make you rich, you've got to ask yourself, what is it doing? If it doesn't make you happy and it doesn't make you rich, what is it doing in your life? So we're going to do a quick exercise. Doug does these with us every week. Some of the tools to simplify your life. I'm going to go through these really quickly. First, you can declutter. Really simple. This is the beginning step. Declutter your desk. Start with your desk. Start with your office. Move out into your living room, your desk. Living room, your bedroom, your bathroom. Anything that has things sitting on top of things. Question them. Why is that there? Now, if you have a spouse who's really into knickknacks and decoration, you probably shouldn't remove those things. Those are probably there because it means something emotionally. But all the other things, the bills, the notes, these are not decorations. These are distractions. These are clutter. So make sure that you have reviewed them today. Go through them today. Just takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and get rid of all of it. You don't need all that extra paper on your desk. It's not actually being useful to you. It's just making you feel weighed down. Who's felt weighed down by their desk, the stuff on it? All right, so declutter. Number 2, prioritize. Take your Millionaire Path report. That's how you build your net worth. With your business, you reach out to your ideal client. For most of you, it is people who own real estate as absentee landlords who are 65 plus and have been in their house more than 7 years. If you're not talking to them, you're not making money. True or true? Plain and simple. It's that simple. So prioritize 2, 3, 4 hours of your day to get on the phone with them. If you're on the phone with them more than 30 minutes, same person, you are failing. You are losing money. Who's been on that long call and knows the ROI goes down? And if you're not booking an appointment to be at their house, talking about their real estate or talking about what that you can do together, you are failing. That doesn't take more than 5 minutes to get on a call with somebody and say, hey, by the way, this is the sort of thing I thought about you. You'd be interested? And they're like, yeah, it's okay. Let's schedule it. And then you push to the next call and push to the next call, push to the next call. Number 3, automate and outsource. My God, I spent an hour with Mitch and Mike yesterday and with Vinny on Thursday, just talking about apps, just different applications, just different AIs, different things that we're using to speed up our lives. I'm going to give you one that's super cool that Vinny gave me. This thing is called Glasp. And if you are on YouTube and you're pulling up, videos and you want the transcription, you just hit the Glasp button and boom, instant transcription. And what's cool about it is it also has a ChatGPT integration. So you can hit the ChatGPT integration. That 1 hour video becomes a condensed summary of what the fuck those guys were talking about. So I no longer watch 1 hour videos. I go to Glasp, I hit the summary, and now I know what was in the video. I get the top stuff. Show of hands if you understand. It simplifies things. I can consume information faster without having to watch that hour-long video my friend sent me. Who's gotten those videos? Yeah, I Glasp them now. I got you. The other one is Speechify. Some of you, and well, maybe not all of you, but some of my friends have written books and they never did the audiobook. And I'm one of them. One of my books doesn't have an audiobook to it. This other app, Speechify, reads books to you. It reads websites to you. It reads blogs to you. This saves you a ton of time. because you no longer have to sit there with your eyes scanning. You can work out and be listening to something that you already identified as something you want to learn. Show of hands if that's helpful, valuable. These are like little ones, little stuff. So automate your business. I use Alchemist Connect to send out automated text. We now have a automated bot that is messaging people to check on their financial health. So we have a bot that's going out and saying, hey, I don't know if it's been released yet, but Monday we will have a bot that's reaching out to the entire community to check in to see if they've taken your Millionaire Path survey yet. If they haven't gotten their Millionaire Report, it's going to suggest that you get the Millionaire Report. If they don't know who Alchemist Nation is, I got 11,000 contacts in our database. If they don't remember who we are, who I am, or what we're doing here, it's going to share with them, hey, well, okay, well, here's what Alchemist Nation is. Here's how we contacted you. Here's why. It runs through ChatGPT. It will make mistakes. Show of hands if you already know. If we message you next week, it could be a bot that is giving it a shot. So be very patient with us, and any feedback that you can give us on our automations, please let us know. When we do complete this project, we will be making sure that every single person at Alchemist Nation who has an Alchemist Connect account gets access to this level of technology. Show of hands if that's something you'd be interested in. Very cool. We've also created a group that is specialized just for AI integrations. So we're calling them the Alchemist Connect AI Council. And so within that Facebook group, these masterminds are testing different things. They're plugging in ChatGPT, they're plugging in different automations so that they can build deeper relationships with people without having to spend all of the time to see if that person's even serious or interested in what they're doing. Show of hands if you would love to have this happen on your cell phone, right? That 500 contacts you haven't talked to in a year. Mine is 3,000 contacts I haven't talked to in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years sometimes, but I don't know if any of those people are real people or not people. Show of hands if you've got the same problem as me. Yeah, it's weird. So streamline processes. The fifth one is digital detox. Cut out things that aren't working for you. Clear your screen on your phone. Whatever your main landing page is will be what sucks your time. So if it's the apps, like Twitter does not belong on my fucking front screen. Twitter is shit. I'm sorry, Elon. I love you and all other things. But the app X and the app Twitter have not made me $1 in the last 10 years that I've been on them. They have not built me a relationship in the last 10 years that I've been on them. Show of hands if you understand Twitter doesn't work for me. It doesn't belong on my front screen. Get rid of it. Facebook, on the other hand, is how I know each and every single one of you. Facebook does belong on my front screen because that's the app that I spend all my time on. So adjust. Set boundaries. Clear defined boundaries between work and personal life to prevent unnecessary complications. There are some things that you can do with your spouse and with your kids that allow you to be productive, but there are some things that just can't be done with your kids or your spouse that allow you to be a good father, parent, mother. Show of hands if that makes sense. Separate them. Know when to separate them. Otherwise, you'll end up with a story like Stephen Bieber's where you're just like, I don't even remember my kids. It's weird. They're all grown up now. Who are these adults? So set boundaries with yourself, with your business, and with your clients. I have often gotten the request. And by the way, if I don't go to lunch with you, I truly, genuinely want to have lunch with you. It's just that I genuinely, truly only get one fucking lunch a day. So we're clear. There's only one in a day, and there are 11,000 people in the database who want to have lunch with me. There's 13,000 followers who want to have lunch. And on TikTok, 30,000 people who never message me. So we don't worry about the TikTok app either. Facebook's where all the money is. But my point is that you have to set boundaries with your clients as well. When I was a realtor, everybody wanted to go out and have drinks. It's like, dude, like, I'm not making money if I'm doing drinks. I've got to be focused on my next day's worth of calls and my lists and the things that I'm doing. I'm putting my listings outline. So fans, if you understand, you can do this too. Set some boundaries with your clients. Like, we all want to be friends. And I think it's very important to acknowledge, look, I'm the friendly mentor, but I have the same amount of resources as all of you. That's why we do these calls, because we get access to this training, these skills, these people. And that's why we do the summit, because the summit, you got me for 36 freaking hours. The VIPs, you got me for 48 extra hours. You got me the whole extra day before. In fact, you get a whole lot of me on that day. Then learn to say no. Kind of goes with setting boundaries. The more you say no to things, the more you say yes to your life, to your goal, to your dream, to your family. So learn to say no to anything that isn't an F yes. So Mitch Dorsey likes to say, if it's not an F yes, it's an F no. Says it often to me. He's like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not even remotely excited, so I'm not going to get into it. It's got to be something when you know your clear path. It's again why your millionaire path report is so important. When you know exactly how you build your real estate, how you get to your $1 million, why would you do anything else? It's very clear. This is not on my report. Not going to do it. It's not on my wife's makes me happy list. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to build a deeper relationship with me and my children. The fuck is the point? If it doesn't make me happy and it doesn't make me money, it doesn't get on my calendar. Show fans, you can commit to that. If it doesn't make you happy, it doesn't make you money, don't let it get on the calendar. So focus on essentialism, which is embracing the principle of just knowing what you need. Be an advocate for doing less things, but doing the things that you do better. Simplifying. So I believe in spending more time with clients. I think that makes a lot of sense. I believe in spending more time with family, that it recharges you. Not all family is created equal, so not all family recharges you. Show fans, if you know the difference, you know the ones that work, the ones that don't work. I get you too. And then the final thing, number 9, is regular review. So regularly review your calendar, regularly review your week before the day even starts. Sometimes the night before, I'll look at my calendar and say, oh, I don't know how that slipped in there. I was a moment of weakness. I shouldn't have said yes to that. All my priorities have adjusted, and now I know that meeting has to be canceled. I'll cancel the night before, or I'll cancel in the morning. Show of hands if you can do the same thing. Yeah, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars. You got it. You got it. All right, so Doug McGurk is speaking at the 100 Millionaire Summit this year. He'll be bringing some of his powerful energy so that the mindset will be pushing through. I spoke with Billy Reuter last night. We were talking about how to push past limiting beliefs, the external stuff, the things outside of your realm, how to push past them. So his talk is going to be absolutely sick at the summit this year. But Doug, every single week, gives us an action step. He gives us a way to move through the challenges that we're going through. And before we bring that on, I do want to point out we have a book of the week. Every week, we have a book that we apply the principles to. And the reason we chose this particular book, this is The Richest Man in Babylon. Mitch, you want to do this one? Mike's not on here today. You got it?
I don't got it.
Have you read it?
I read it so long ago. I'm ashamed to admit how long ago.
It's all right. I got this one.
You got to knock it out.
All right.
If it was a Science Getting Rich, I would have got it.
Well, Mitch, I'm going to expect a rap quote from you then. It's no big deal. So the reason we chose The Richest Man in Babylon is this book really simplifies the laws of gold. There's 5. Oh, is it 12-week year? Yeah, you're right. Jen Sullivan, you got the book of the week. It's the 12-week year. Richest Man in Babylon was last week. So let's give it up for Jen Sullivan.
All right, I actually do know this one.
Yeah, you do.
All right, so the 12-week year is a book about productivity. It's pretty phenomenal. I really enjoy it. It's basically, the idea is that you take all the work you would do in the period of a year and bring it down to 12 weeks rather than 12 months. So every week you're doing the work that you would do in a month. And you plan it out. You start with what your vision is, you go down to to what your 10-year goals are, then your 5-year goals, and then this year's goals, and then you work from there. And you're just basically planning out very specifically what needs to happen when for you to hit your goals.
There it is. Let's give Jen Sullivan a big round of applause. It is true. The 12-week year is a fantastic book. And I talked about it with Vinny. And when I said the book on the call, he said, oh man, that book is amazing. The concept of getting a year done in a quarter, that means 4 years in the same time everybody else goes through their year. And the reason it works is because of efficiency. It is because of focus. It is saying we're going to get this one thing done today instead of giving it a week. Go ahead, Mitch.
Since it's 12-week year, I'd like to add to that. So basically everything Jen said, but I will give this one piece of advice. Read this one physically. Don't audiobook it. I audiobooked it, and all I was doing was stopping constantly, like taking notes. I'm like, son of a, I should have just read it. So buy the book as opposed to the audiobook. I mean, you can get something out of the audiobook, but I think it's better if you actually physically have it. It's great to reference. I ended up buying it after I was halfway through listening to the audiobook. So just random fun fact.
It is true. The audiobook is also awesome. So I love the audiobook, but I had to get the physical for the same exact reason. The 12-week year, super strong. The action steps we're about to do, empowerful. Who knows? We do a action step every single week so that we can not just learn, we can implement. I believe knowledge is power, but knowledge and power are not what you're looking for. You're looking for results. You're looking for a life that has changed, a different space for you to operate in. And so the only way to get there is to take action. Who agrees action is the cause of all results? Yes. Thoughts lead to feelings. Knowledge leads to feelings around a thing. Feelings lead to action, and action is the only thing that present results in this physical plane. Yes, you can think and grow rich emotionally and mentally, but the only way to pull it into this reality, just like the only way to eat is to reach out and put food in your mouth. The only way to receive the things that you've seen, by the way, if you've seen them, they are yours, they're your right. But the only way to get them is to take the actions to bring them into your world, into your reality. So without further ado, Doug McGurk, can you give me just one more minute so I could talk about your millionaire path really quickly?
Of course.
So your millionaire path, the reason it is important is because it shows you the action steps to take. It gives you a clear, concise path. If you are a realtor, you need to give all your clients your millionaire path reports. They need to go through the report so they can identify how they become a millionaire in 1 year, in 2 years. Tell them, I don't know why we would pick a 20-year strategy. Take your millionaire path report and put in a 5-year strategy, or put in a 4-year strategy, or put in a 3-year strategy. The most popular strategy that I've seen on the report is the 5-year strategy. That's what comes up the most. So I would tell your clients, look, you want to become a millionaire in 5 years? Take your millionaire path report, and at the end when it asks, type in 5. The reason I say that, realtors, is it does not matter for you. It doesn't matter for you whether they do 1 house a year, 2 houses a year. The millionaire path report is designed on 1 transaction per year. That's all it's designed to do. It's simple. Now, if you want to really make a lot of money, show of hands if you're a realtor or a mortgage lender, you'd like to make a lot of money, tell them to push 1 year. Tell them to try it. Tell them to look at what that looks like. For you, the commissions are going to be the same. Why not just do it all in 1 year? Bigger commission in a smaller, shorter period of time. It's the same amount of money, but you can time travel by helping your clients time travel mentally. And that's what your millionaire path report does. Have them take the test 1 or 2 times so they can see the different paths, so they can start realizing how real estate actually works. If you can simplify the game for them, if you can give them a roadmap for their success, they will close with you over anybody else. Show of hands if you understand the strategy here. Excellent. Financial planners, insurance agents, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. If you can get your clients a path that tells them to buy more real estate, they're going to have more problems that only you can solve. You need your clients to have problems. You don't want them simplifying their lives. You want them simplifying their investment strategy, which means buy more of the right asset class so that they can get where they're looking to go faster. Show of hands are committed to helping your clients get there. Absolutely. Leverage it. The same way we leverage disc profiling to find out what your profile is, use your millionaire path to find out what their goals are. And tell them, I'll sit down with you, I'll review it, and then we'll put a plan in place where you and me and my partners, because they're going to need financial planners, they're going to need insurance agents, they're going to need mortgage lenders, they're going to need attorneys, they're going to need agents. Me and my partners will work with you to get you this goal. Is that fair? Show of hands if you understand. They're going to love you. How could they work with anybody else? And if you're a coach working with real estate investors, same exact thing. Put them through the test and say, okay, that's now what I'm going to teach you. That's now what I'm going to hold you accountable to, is to put in the offers, put in the offers, put in the offers, build your trusted team, put names on deeds. Show of hands if you can do this. If you understand this program, this survey, this report was built for you. It was built to make your life easier, but it was also built to do what our main core mission is, to build hundreds of millionaires. So let's take an action step now that we know where we're going and that we got the tools to do it. I'll give you one more thing. Shoot, Doug, I'm so sorry. I'll give you one more
All
thing.
good, brother. It's not my show.
It's definitely your show. Every single person who fills out your millionaire path from now until November 3rd gets entered the opportunity to get a free general ticket to the 100 Millionaire Summit as your gift to them. As your gift to them, and they get a free one-on-one coaching session with one of our coaches. Show of hands if you understand the only way they get the free ticket is if they jump on a call with one of the coaches. So they get an opportunity to get the ticket. Then they jump on with a coach who will explain what the summit is, how to prepare for it, review some of the roadmap, and then suggest that they work with you. That's how they get access to the ticket. Show of hands if you're giving something super valuable away to people who might do a lot of business with you. only if they spend some time with you, only if they get to know you a little bit better. And by getting them to the 100 Millionaire Summit, you got them for 3 powerful, emotional, relationship building, memory stacking days, because each one of those hours is like the equivalent of a day. We have 30 talks. So it's like spending an entire month with somebody. So if you were there last year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like a lot of memories, a lot of emotions, a lot of things locked into place. So if you can bring a person to that, it's like spending an entire month with that person, masterminding on your business, masterminding on their wealth, masterminding on the relationship they have with you. They will never, ever forget you. A lot of people meet their spouse at live events. So I'll put it out there that you could be in business with these people for a very long time. It's a very powerful tool. Your millionaire path could be the secret, could be the tool that gets you all of the relationships you're looking to get this year. That being said, I think I've nailed it now. So fans, that was super valuable. Your millionaire path is now the most valuable thing on the planet. I believe so. Second to only the 100 Millionaire Summit, which is coming up. Doug McGurk, we got to get an action step for people to simplify their lives in business. And
right on. Well, give Coulter a hand. Come on, give yourselves a hand. You are still here. Awesome. So a couple quick things. First of all, I'm so excited to hear Billy's talk because the beliefs are a huge part of, well, they're kind of everything, right? If you believe you can or you believe you can't, either way, you're right. And those beliefs, all of that, we're getting evidence all the time of what we believe. If we believe something's a problem or believe something's not, our beliefs will go aligned to wherever that focus is. So what we're going to do, is Billy shared there, aligned actions create amplify results. So our other than conscious mind, we have beliefs, we have things going on other than consciously that we don't even realize it. And sometimes they're very small, seemingly innocuous thoughts and beliefs that we have evidence of other people having the same. So we go, well, if they believe that, it must be true. So we need to be mindful. And I'll just quickly give you a visual of our other than conscious mind. Everyone seen the Simpsons introduction? You know, the beginning of the Simpsons, right? And Maggie is sitting in the back seat, like in her little car seat, and she's thinking she's driving, right? She's thinking she's doing all the turns and whatnot. That is, in fact, our conscious mind. Our conscious mind thinks it's running the show, but point in fact, our other than conscious mind is doing it. So the power of recognizing this and utilizing tools such as hypnosis or guided meditation or whatever you want to call it, because there's an H in it, is paramount. And that's why we have on, I don't know if Walter, if it's in where it is in the Alchemist Nation, but you can get access to 13 currently deep hypnosis tracks filled with binaural beats and other tools to help you get even more into allowing these suggestions to come in.
The easiest way is You're Hypnotic. There is an article on Alchemist Nation, I believe I created as well.
Okay.
What is the link that you have?
For that one, the ultimate, we'll post it up there.
All right, we'll make it on the post today.
Yeah. I'll send you the link again. So with that being said, if you're driving, just listen. Don't allow this to stop. Don't close your eyes and go into deep trance. And let's see if we're getting some audio. Let me see. Are you hearing the audio? Very nice. Very nice. All right. So why don't you go ahead and take a big, deep cleansing breath in. Roll your eyes up to the back of your head till you feel a little strain and relax. That's right. Relaxing your eyes. And now take another big, deep cleansing breath in and tense up all your muscles. Tense your muscles. Tense them up, tense them up, tense them up. And relax. Relaxing your muscles. Relaxing every part of your body. And as you feel your body growing heavier and more relaxed with each breath, imagine a stream of water flowing gently, effortlessly, doing its work without strain. You're standing beside this stream, peering into its crystalline depths. As you hear the water babbling along and smell the dewiness of that stream. And as you gaze into this water, you find yourself going deeper and deeper into a state of peaceful relaxation. That's right. Picture each floating leaf on the surface as a task or responsibility. Now, allow your mind to gently pick out the leaves that are non-essential. Just pluck them out of the water, allowing the stream to flow smoother and clearer. And the clearer the stream becomes, the deeper your state of relaxation and focus. I wonder if you can connect even more to your higher power, God, Mother Nature, divine principle, and repeat these affirmations in your mind or aloud. Simplifying my life amplifies my success. I am committed to reducing stress for a healthier life. With focus and prioritization, my efficiency soars. Every decluttered space in my life adds to my productivity. My strategies are laser focused and they work for me. And I wonder if you can ask these questions and answer them. Why is it so easy for me to reduce stress? How am I becoming more efficient each day? What makes prioritizing so rewarding for me? How does decluttering add value to my life? Why do streamlined processes make everything flow better? Now, imagine standing in a room, your room of life and business. This room is cluttered with objects, each one representing a task, a goal, or a responsibility. Now, picture a soft light beaming down on certain objects. These are your priorities. See yourself walking over and picking them up, placing them in a beautiful wooden chest. And as you do, the room instantly starts to look cleaner, more organized. You feel the room brighten up, and as it does, so do you. You are lighter, more agile, ready to make those vital offers, to execute those effective strategies. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, you'll come back to full waking consciousness, feeling refreshed and invigorated. You will remember everything we've gone through, and your subconscious mind will continue working on these ideas long after this session is over. You will find it easier to declutter, to prioritize, and to focus on what truly matters. 1. Feel your conscious mind gently returning. 2. Start to become aware of your surroundings. 3. Your body is starting to move, your fingers and toes wiggling. 4. Take a big, deep cleansing breath in and let it out. 5. Open your eyes, awake, alert, and better than before. Now that your subconscious mind has listened, internalized, and is ready to act, simplifying will amplify your life in many rewarding ways, won't it?
Let's give Doug McGurk a big round of applause. If you think that is good each week, just wait until we've got him on stage for 2 hours, really working out some of the stuff, the kinks that are inside of your head, so that you can move forward throughout the year. The summit has a lot of really good opportunity for you. I know some people have messaged me and said, oh man, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I'm going to tell you, you got 41 days to figure it out. For those of you who are like, oh, I don't know how, try the different statement. I will figure out how. I will identify a path. I will identify a way. There is a way for me to make this work, because it is the 80-20 of the 80-20 of the 80-20 of your year. 3 days is 1% of the year, 365 days in a year. So 1% is nailing this thing down, getting together with the core people who are going to support you throughout the rest of the year, putting a business plan together with them, with the people, and knowing what their business plan is, be able to mastermind at nights and on the weekend, while stepping into and filling out the contract, your millionaire contract. Who here knows the millionaire contract is the most powerful thing that we do? It's increases people's likelihood of becoming a millionaire by 20%. And the business plan we put together, proven to increase your likelihood of doubling your income by 35%. I'm sorry, not doubling your income, increasing your income by 35%. Who's okay with a 35% increase? Yeah, we always want more. But what we're doing at this 1 3-day event, we'll get 35% increase. Who here knows you got to bring the rest of the game? You got to show up with the rest. Awesome. So this is, like I said, my favorite part. I say it every week. The Q&A session before we dive into it. Mitch Jorsky, rap quote, hook us up.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're talking about, with all this, people building their empires, right? All right, building their businesses.
We're gonna do some
But,
Jay-Z. Is Jay-Z we empire building?
I mean, I think
Empire
Jay-Z
State
said
of
it-
Mind, is that where we're going?
I don't think that's where we're going. I think Jay-Z just once said, "I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man," and I think that's how you have to look at it. Because otherwise, you're not big, and you're not thinking big enough. And that's probably in my head, because right now I'm reading 10x is easier than 2x, and it's blowing my mind. So
10x is easier than 2x. Somehow I feel like this book's going to go through the community real quick. Vinny Chopra gave it to me a little while ago, and I went through it. Fantastic business model. If you look at doubling or you look at 10xing, that happens in the same amount of time. It's just a matter of how big did you aim and how much leverage did you put behind it. It's the only difference. How much leverage did you put behind it? Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. He'll be speaking at the summit. He is the Scaredy Cat Guide to Real Estate Investing. So he'll be showing how he built his portfolio in a market where everybody said it's impossible, in the state of Massachusetts, where everybody says it's impossible to invest. and how he's still actively buying real estate today in that same exact market. Show of hands if you're excited to find out how that portfolio got built. Oh, it's exciting. Larry's on here. Larry's, what is it?
I said, thank you. And
Exactly.
Walter, we'd be remiss to not let people know that they can also leverage their knowledge by listening to the Alchemist Nation podcast,
which just released episode 5, which, speaking of, is Larry Steinhaus. So Larry will be speaking at the summit about subject 2. So let's give Larry a big round of applause. Sounds still not working, but you look beautiful.
Is it working now or no?
It's working. There you go.
Perfect.
No.
Sounds a little off.
Not. Oh well.
But let's give Larry Steinhaus a big round of applause. He will be at the summit with live sound working. So he's traveling. He does a lot of speaking now because it's all about giving back, and he's looking to make 1 million followers. So if you're not already following Larry, go follow him. He's looking to get to 1 million followers. I know that's something that Bill Allen also said. He's looking to get to 1 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. So if you're not already following Bill Allen, go and follow him. Alchemist Nation now has a specialized, unique YouTube channel. It's different from mine. So go and follow Alchemist Nation on YouTube so you can get access to the podcast that's being released. So every episode that goes out is on Alchemist Nation's YouTube channel. It's also on Alchemist Nation itself. Go listen to Larry. He's going to be talking about subject 2. So if you're looking to buy real estate with no money down, you need to learn subject 2. This is the market to be doing it in. And you got to do it right, because you can legally get messed up if you don't do that type of dealing properly. Show of hands, you understand and commit to doing all deals morally, ethically, legally. Awesome. Excellent. Stephen Beaver will also be at the summit. He'll be speaking on the topic of busyness versus business. And he and I are going to be walking through that this week. So he and I are working on all of our talks. By the way, if you question what I do in preparation to the summit, I do a lot of conversations with the people who are speaking on the stage, because they're doing the stuff that I used to do. So let's give all of the speakers a big round of applause for all of the extra value that they're delivering. That saves me some time and also creates more interest, because as smart as I like to feel when I'm on stage, I like it even better when multiple people are saying the same thing, so that you know exactly how this stuff actually works. Show fans feel like different stories from different people also. I think it helps. It makes the whole experience a whole lot better. Don't get me wrong. Don't worry. I will be on stage. I still have 18 talks that I couldn't give away. So in between the 30, so I'm basically every other talk, it feels like. So there's a lot of value at the summit this year. We're pulling out all the stops. We're making sure that this year you explode and expand. So let's open up to questions. And I want to just, in your mind, point out that if you don't ask a question, because we're only going to probably take 3 or 4, seems to be the top we ever do, you're missing out on an opportunity to be seen in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people on YouTube and on Facebook, because this gets streamed absolutely everywhere. So if you got a business or you're going to be at the summit and you want people to know who you are and what you do, don't tell us who you are and what you do. We can already read your name here, and we can Google you later, or we can YouTube you later, or Facebook you later, but ask a question so we're familiar with your face. We know who you are. Show of hands if you understand how important being seen, known is. Awesome. Now, Stephen, take it away.
Right on. So any questions, could be real estate, could be business, could be personal. You've got tons of masters here that can help you on any level of that. Where are you stuck, I guess, would be the question that I would ask. We're all stuck. If you think you're not stuck, then you're better than Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is stuck too. Everybody's stuck at some level. It's just everybody's at a different level. It's not about money always. It can be emotionally or personally or financially, whatever, but we're all stuck. So, Doug was talking about, breaking through that with his hypnosis, and that's huge, I think. So where are you stuck at? And let's see if we can, if I'll tell you this, in a group this size, if you're stuck somewhere, there's a chance that at least 4 or 5 other people are stuck in the same place. So Thurbin, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I've noticed is that I've been, hanging around the community, I've been taking action, and I've noticed that like I've just been I guess feeling a little stuck, like just getting any kind of success or traction. As well as like I've noticed my focus kind of waver a little bit, I guess just because of all the like ups and downs. So like what would your suggestion be?
First, I would say Thurbin, I've known you since you started Alchemist Nation. You were stuck and you have grown exponentially, okay? And now you've gotten stuck again, which is normal. All right, and you did not know you were stuck before you came into Alchemist Nation. Now you're starting to be aware of, wow, I'm not growing as fast or as much, or I'm not doing the direction. These are all good signs. The only difference between you and somebody that's not stuck is they just took the correct actions. So you know yourself better than anybody else. Do you mind sharing what you're stuck with, where you're stuck at?
Sure. So I know one of the things I struggle with, like I've noticed kind of like, I guess my physical health a little bit, as well as just like I've been struggling to just sleep at night, as well as I've been attending a bunch of networking events. Like I've attended more networking events this year than I've ever done. Like, so for me, I felt like I've grown in that area, but I still feel like I know I could be better with like following up with people and like growing more relationships. Um, and then too, just I feel like there are times where I'll have an event, like I'll not attend because I just don't feel like it's worth it to me, because sometimes like I'll prioritize sleep or something like that. So or even too, I just feel kind of, I guess, like discouraged because like I'll have, like, let's say I'll find a off market deal. It sounds great, and then we put in an offer, find out later doesn't work out. So I kind of get like I just feel like what I'm doing isn't going anywhere.
So
Um,
let me get this straight. You're doing all the right things. You just haven't. You're still swinging, but like Babe Ruth, you struck out more times than you hit home runs. But you're still swinging. Is this correct?
yes.
So you just got to keep swinging, my friend. It's not Babe Ruth. It's the same thing. When he hit the home run, he went around the bases, turned to the crowd, tipped his hat. When he struck out, he turned around, tipped his hat, went into the dugout. Same thing. I would say this, and it's the most important thing. What's up here is what's going to continue forward. If you haven't, if you can't afford it, you find a way to say, how can I afford to increase my subconscious with Doug's stuff? This is what you've got to protect, right? And the only way you can do it in today's society is to have things like Doug's or other people, whatever. I mean, if you've got a favorite person, go right ahead. But is to keep putting this stuff in. If you take a glass of Coca-Cola, which is not a healthy drink, and you take that as the junk in your brain, and you take some water and you start pouring into there, it will dilute, and finally you'll have just pure water in there, right? But unfortunately, during the day, somebody is also taking a little Coke and putting it in there. You got the news, you got somebody in the traffic, you've got this, I didn't get that deal, and that Coke's. So every day you've got to pour more water, and every day you've got to listen to the things that Doug and other people do to keep this mind fresh and cool. You're doing all the right things, my friend. It's just, you just got to take more swings. It's just taking more swings, but you got to keep that positive. And while you're doing that, you got to keep that positivity. Doug, can you share with that? I know you're way more ahead of the game than.
No, it's all true. I mean, obviously, Thurbin, you're bringing up something that everyone has elements of that. And to Stephen's point, it is about continued action, and God's delays are not God's denials. So just because something didn't happen when you wanted it to happen doesn't mean it's not going to happen, right? If you look around the room, if you ask everyone here, someone was working on a process, a deal, or something, and they wanted it to happen in 30 days. But maybe it happened in 3 years. Maybe they didn't accept the offer then, but now it's on the radar. And when you keep the relationship up, someone's going to want to get it done. And they'll ultimately, if you've built a strong relationship, they'd rather do it with you than with someone else. If the deal is going to be, if all things created equal, they're going to do it with someone who they like, know, and trust and respect more. So it's maintaining that relationship. And regarding, the other thing, I put in there, 70% failure rate for a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like they
And every-
miss more, and that's average. So they may go 100 times before hitting the ball when maybe their average would be missing out on 70. So it's really about having the faith. And this is where this is a spiritual game. This is where, you know, and I know Billy will, I'm sure, talk about it at the summit, and what you're learning from everybody is having that faith, which is belief, right? Belief in things unseen, right? So it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I would like to point out something that Walter mentioned earlier. It just came to me. The Millionaire Path report that we do that talks about your wealth and how to build it through real estate has been upgraded to now you get to talk with a Millionaire Path consultant, and they actually go through what are the 3 roadblocks that you're going through. They'll figure out what your personal 3 roadblocks are and how to solve them. And it's totally free. It's just Walter just enhanced the Millionaire Path report. So even if you've taken it, take it again, and then set up a time to speak with a consultant, and that'll get you started on. You'll figure you can't defeat the demon, you can't defeat the devil if you don't know which devil you're fighting. So it's very important to figure out those roadblocks and the solutions, and then you'll move forward faster there. So let's give Thurbin, that's huge. Give him a big round of applause. Huge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alan, go right ahead.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Happy and successful, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, just a couple of comments and a question. Questions for Walter, actually, but commenting about what Mitch had to say about the audio book versus the either the digital or the printed version. Usually, the decision is, do we get the printed? For those of us that are a little bit older, and like Walter had said, might like the actual physical touch of the book and turning the pages, versus the digital. But I found Mitch's comment about suggesting the Audible for this particular book very interesting. And I'm just wondering if going forward, I know Mike usually does the books, but could we have a recommendation from either Mike or whoever else in the group might have read the book, either listen to it or the digital or the audible, the physical for that particular book, which they might recommend. I thought that was very interesting, and only somebody that's already had the experience of reading the book, which a lot of us here have had, could pass that on. But I thought Mitch's suggestion on that was very very valuable. And I know it's still an individual personal thing. Some people might want to always have the physical versus the digital versus the audible. But anyway, that's my comment. And then tying together something Doug had said in his presentation and something Walter had started out with earlier. I was told way back when I was first trying to get a handle on social media, that Facebook is sort of like a virtual cocktail party where you're coming in, there's a room full of people, you want to meet them. You probably don't know most of them. Some of them you might know. Most people, some people might be wealthier than you. Some people might be less. You just don't know. But you have a chance to go around the room and sort of introduce yourself. What Walter had said about Twitter reminds me. People describe Twitter to me as more of a fast-moving stream. If you're at the riverbank or the edge of the stream at one point in time, and you look away and you look back, it's completely different. It's rushed by you. You're not in the same place. Whereas with Facebook, you'd even think of Facebook more like a lake, if you want to use water as the analogy. But Facebook stays still. Twitter is rushing by. So that's just an analogy that I was given way back when I first was trying to understand the difference. And then my question is for Walter, if that's roughly accurate for both Facebook and Twitter, how would you describe Instagram? Where would that fit into the analogy? And it seems like so many people are on Instagram and they want to be DM'd on Instagram. Is that one worthwhile in addition to Facebook, or should we just be concentrating on one of the two, assuming those are the two most valuable, aside from LinkedIn? I do like LinkedIn too for different reasons. But what would the comment be, and how would we picture Instagram versus Facebook or Twitter?
It's a really good question, and I want to clarify because Mitch is going crazy right now that it was the 12-week year. It is the written version of the book he prefers on that book. He wasn't a huge fan of the Audible. He liked the Audible, I'm sure, but it wasn't. He needed the written version on that book. So I just want to clear that up. And so going into Instagram or Facebook.
I'm super excited to dive into that with you. Other people are seeing your comments and what
Who's
you have
got
to say, and we're building
playing
a
right now?
community of like-minded warriors who are on the healing path to wellness and wholeness.
Ron, can we get
Those
that
of
muted,
us who
brother?
want to.
All right, thank you. So we've got Instagram and Facebook are not created equal, even though they're the same owners. Instagram has a much faster stream. It's also very visually incentivized. It doesn't have a real written space. So if you find yourself to be more of a written person and able and capable of texting, writing conversations, then it's going to work better. If you're a networker, if you're somebody who runs a relationship-based business like real estate, then there's a good chance that Facebook will be significantly easier for you because they have the groups, so you can really niche down and find an ideal avatar within the platform. Whereas Instagram doesn't have a really easy way to organize people and put people into a space so you can efficiently communicate and find what you're looking for. So if you're looking to raise capital, if you're looking to buy real estate, if you're looking to build your team, then I would say Facebook is the way to go. If you're a coach and you're looking to build more clients, Facebook is the way to go. The only reason I would say anything about Instagram would be if you're very good at reels. If you're very good at video and reels, then Instagram or TikTok could be a great platform for you. If you don't have an audience, but you're very good at creating viral content, like very interesting, deep content, then you could do well on Instagram or TikTok. But if you're more of not a content creator, but a relationship-based person, then Facebook's going to be the platform for you. So I want to be very clear. It's based on what you will use best. And for most of the people in Alchemist Station tend to be relationship-based people. So that's why I push towards Facebook. But Elise Michaels is a coach, and she crushes the Instagram and TikTok space because she's very good at reels. She's very good at video. So it depends on, can you get on a video every single day and create compelling content and adjust and tweak until you find what you're supposed to stay in? Or are you just much better at building real relationships, checking in on people? If that's the case, then Facebook's going to be the easier, better platform. Was that helpful, Alan?
Yes, and that's consistent with my experience with Instagram. It seems like it's more geared towards mentors or coaches or influencers rather than the average person trying to get a foothold in social media. So thank you. That makes sense.
Absolutely. If you're looking to connect at a scale level, you really have to master content creation on those platforms. But anybody, any schmuck like me, can do wonderful on Facebook, regardless of how much content you create, regardless of how you look on camera or sound. You can do wonderful on the platform just by being a decent human being, showing up and having conversations.
And Instagram, you're right, does seem to be more of a fast-moving stream, more similar to Twitter than the lake of Facebook, which sort of stays there in one place.
It organizes itself for you. You know, the groups are so easy. If I want to find lenders, I go into a lender group. If I want to find a wholesaler, I go into a wholesaler group. If I want to find multifamily investors, I jump into a multifamily investor group. If I want to find deals to invest in, I go to a syndication group. So you just like jump into those groups, talk to a few people in those chats, and you find that you get exactly what you're looking for.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Big round of applause. Big round of applause for Alan. And let's do a reverse round of applause for Walter. Right on. We kind of don't have, but Patrick, you raised your hand, so you get the last word. Patrick, you had a question or a comment. I saw it. Don't deny it.
Hey, Steven, I got to make you the host. I have a call with the 35 unit deal we're doing. I got to jump on the phone with the seller.
All right, go make some money then.
All right, I'll see you guys. Thank you, Steven.
Yep.
Coulter, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Isn't it amazing? I finally fixed the microphone at the end, but connect to me if you need my help with that. I have 3 solutions.
You got it, brother. Doreen, I think is
buzz me on my phone. Okay, buzz me on my
Doreen's
phone.
Gonna patch you in. Yep.
No problem.
Awesome.
Okay, all right. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks,
Bye.
brother. Choose success. We have a choice. Always work with the best.
Patrick, did you have a comment, hypothesis, or a theory, or anything like that? Are you still here? I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. I don't see him. He had a question. All right. Well then, anybody else? We got one time for one more. Anything that you want to comment on or share, a positive quote or anything like that? Anything to help? Billy, go for it.
What's up, guys? Good to see everybody. I'll make this short and sweet because I know it's we're kind of low pressed for time. But this is a message that kind of came up in my brain after hearing Thurban being very vulnerable. So I appreciate you. And I shared it directly with him, and I figured I would share it with the community. You know, feeling stuck a lot of times is an expression because what we're doing is not in alignment with our expectations. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all high achievers. We have big ambitions, big goals. So feeling stuck and feeling like we're not enough, feeling like we're not doing enough is very common, right? So, you know, like Stephen had said, it's normal. It's common. We're all in a safe place here. And not many people understand that, and entrepreneurs do, because we are not committed to the status quo. We are always pushing and evolving and upgrading and, you know, amplifying. So what I want to share is a phrase that I kind of live by, a mantra, right? There is magic in momentum, right? You don't have to be great to start, as Zig Ziglar said, but you have to start to be great. So one of the things that I want to share, and I shared it with Thurban, I want to share it with everybody else, that has really helped me many, many years ago, and I do it every single day, is as ambitious people, at the end of the night, our unconscious is on hyperdrive. We're so focused on what we didn't get done, the deal we didn't do, the emails we didn't write, the exercise we didn't complete, right? So what I would love to share is list your wins, right? It's a really powerful process. Every single night I do this, and I really couldn't advise it enough. Reflect on your daily actions and list your wins. Reprogram the conversation you're having with yourself of I didn't do enough, I didn't go to that networking event, to I showed up fully. I showed up and listened to my partner. I was there for my children. I might not have worked out for 45 minutes, but I made a better decision for health, or, you know, my nutrition. I created a video. I watched a video. I listened to Stephen Beaver's 5 Steps to Success, whatever it is. Reprogram yourself that you are in the right place. You are doing the right things. And one thing that I'll end with this, your direction is more powerful than your duration. We don't want to take forever to be successful. Of course not. But as long as you're waking up every day and you're making actions moving in the right direction that is pulling you forward, you're good. You're on the right path, right? So again, that's just something that kind of came up as the conversation was going. I hope it serves you guys all very, very well.
Right on. Let's give Billy a huge round of applause. And in the 6-figure jumpstart that we're doing, there is a how to end your success day. I put that in the chat for free for you guys. Ending your success day. It's all about finding the one thing that day that made you happy. And you do that every day, right? Because there is so much shiitake that happens. And it doesn't have to be a business. It could be, you got a hug from the kid, right? You got a high five, you got a smile from a stranger, right? It could be anything. Whatever made you happiest that day. And you do that, and then you start to see this pattern of, wow, good things are happening to me all the time, right? And so it helps a little bit up here. So your bonus for staying late. But we're ready to go now. So good luck, of course, laboring under correct knowledge. I'm Stephen Beaver, your TMV visionary strategist. TMV, baby, take more vacations. That's how we spell your success. You have a happy and successful day. You have been awesome.